This is the easiest way to reverse insulin resistance. And honestly, I wish I had known about this sooner. I went from looking like this while I was struggling with inflammation, brain fog, as well as insulin resistance. I had constant cravings, I had belly fat, and my face was inflamed. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get rid of it. I struggled with chronic fatigue. I didn't know what to do to get rid of it. But I found out that all of these things were tied to insulin resistance. This is me now. I reversed my insulin resistance, no longer addicted to sugar, and my brain fog is gone. I have energy through the roof, and honestly, I look pretty good. I lost 25 pounds. Things are gone, and I no longer feel bloated, and honestly, I am through the roof excited about my life. I know, you're probably wondering, how did she do this? First, you need to understand the problem. Every time you eat carbs, those carbs break down into sugar. When sugar hits your bloodstream, insulin is released. Now, insulin is a key that unlocks the cell so the sugar can be used as energy. But when you become insulin resistant, that key stops working. And your body needs to pump up more insulin in order to get the same job done. When your insulin is chronically elevated, you notice so many symptoms. Things like weight gain, fatigue, headaches, feeling tired, bloating, belly fat, darkening of the skin or hyperpigmentation, skin tags, always hungry, cravings, also always having weight gain that is stubborn, okay? Also acne and dark patches is a part of insulin resistance. Also, if you're insulin resistant, you're gonna get diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, PCOS, hyperthyroidism. Now, all of these are chronic conditions that are driven by high insulin levels in your blood. The very first thing to reversing insulin resistance is lowering that elevated insulin level. This is exactly how I do it. First thing I did was intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting gave my body the rest that it needed to bring down the insulin level. It lowered my insulin levels and helped my body reset. What this means is that I prolonged my overnight fast and I have all my meals between the hours of 12 to 8. Now, intermittent fasting isn't easy and most people quit because they get very hungry. They feel nauseous, they feel tired, and sometimes the cravings will overpower you. Mate extract. To support my intermittent fasting. This yerba mate extract quiets all the food cravings, normalizes my mood, gets me to a point where I can actually be stable. It eliminates the willpower required to fast. This allows me to avoid the food noise, sustain my fast. By the way, this gives me so much energy. It sustains my fast, and I actually don't have an issue fasting all day. When I'm about to eat from 12 to 8, I eat fiber first. I take fiber. Once I take my balance, I start with my protein, and then my greens, and then I have my carbs. Because this slows down the glucose absorption and allows my insulin levels to remain low. Glucose has the most impact on your insulin secretion. Once you learn to control your glucose levels, you can control your insulin level. 95% of people are fiber deficient. That's why I use this fiber. It has 7 different sources of fiber, consisting of soluble and insoluble fiber. And that's what prevents the glucose spike, because it prevents the glucose absorption to the bloodstream. And it keeps my insulin levels in control. When you take these two together, you can start regulating those hormones. And you have a powerful metabolic reset. And you start losing that unhealthy belly fat and back fat, and skin starts to clear up. Your cholesterol levels get better, your energy skyrockets. And honestly, you start feeling better than you ever felt in years. So if you want more information about this protocol, comment